You're the very best I ever had. And I don't want to go too fast. Yeah. Soon to let our true feelings show. But if we make love now, then you'll never know that I just wanna hold you, and I never told you that I want this love to last, so let's not be too fast. Na 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 na. I love you more than making love. So tell me what you're thinking of. Am I more than just a fantasy? 'Cause I'm hurting, boy, can't you see? Ooh, that I just wanna hold you, and I never told you that I want this love to last, so let's not be too fast. Do 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 do. Na 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 na. I want you. Oh, I need you, and I'll be yours for the rest of my life. Yes, I need you, and I'll be yours for the rest of my life. Yeah, yeah. Just wanna hold you, and I never told you that I want this love to last, so let's not be. Slow it down, slow it down. You're a little too fast for me. Oh, 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 oh. I just wanna hold you, and I never told you that I want this love to last, so let's not slow time. Won't you take your time? Oh, I just wanna hold you, and I never told you that I want this love to last, so let's not be too fast. Hey, everybody. It is a beautiful day. That's why I got these sunglasses on, but I am going to take them off. Voila! How is everyone doing? I just got home from school, and interesting day. Very interesting day. It's always an interesting day, especially when I'm in class, because I always gather. First off, I'm going to say a little prayer. Thank you, Creator, for this special time right now. And I just want to talk to the people for a minute. I got some things on my mind, and I would rather you use me, anoint the lips of clay, and use me, and you speak through me for your purpose. Amen. Now, go ahead, turn this off. So, yeah, like as I was saying, this little thing is a little loose. I might take it off because it's, I know it's kind of beautiful, isn't it? You like it? I kind of like it better with black, so I'm just going to remove it for now. But yeah, so I think I might entitle this, ooh, because I'm going to be going here and there. So this might be another miscellaneous video because I'm hitting, you know. But so last night I know I went in with the Cosby case, and a lot of folks misunderstood me like I thought, you know. And I also talked about the economic Apartheid, you know, and what's been going on. And I just wanted to add some things last night that if I am excited, and I hope all 50 states is doing this in each community, checking up on, move a little bit closer, checking up on the money changes. I don't care if they're wherever they are, because we should be having some stuff poured back into the communities. So I'm hoping that if we are, as a people, or they say the leaderships, now if you a leader, you got to be doing something to lead your community, the people. What, you can't give yourself a title if there is nothing leading anything. I mean, that's just my opinion, you know. But if you are leading more than just, let's say, something that's not even moving, that's what we call movement, because when you're moving, that's action word. Same with leadership. Leadership should be an action word, and meaning there should be things going on, you know. But if it is true that, and I was excited when I saw that paper, but then I had to think twice on some things Fred Hampton had said. Rest in peace. You know, when people come to you with an idea, you have to know how to analyze it. It's called think tank. You got to have a think tank within your own mind, body, and spirit. And just because something sounds good does not always mean that you don't analyze it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go there. It's always good to know that when we're talking about, let's just say, people like the owners that are sponsoring everybody's businesses and organizations around here, when we call ourselves going up against them, are we sincere about it? And if it is even going to happen, where there is some money changes, I just wonder sometimes, why do we always need to use or go to these other people to get their help, when we should be able to have our own to, you know, depend on? Or we can't always keep going. I wouldn't call it an enemy, but it is what it is. Go to the very enemies that is your oppressors sometimes to destroy you again. You know, that money, I'm just hoping, I mean, I had to think twice, like, okay, when we get the money, is it really going to go into the black bank, or is it going to go back into someone else's organization? When we get out here, raise money, do these fundraisers, what is it? We need to see more than just some mission statements. We need to see some follow through and some listed things already done, meaning success for the community, so that the youth and our ancestors and our community, our black community, will have something to look at, you know, look to the future for, look forward to. You know, people think because we sold out those neighborhoods that we cannot recover them. We can recover them, because if, as long as there is economic development in each town that continues to pour out, and more people are coming in from states pouring in their money to recreate those towns, who said that we can't go to war with gentrification and all the rest of them, and Apartheid, really by ourselves? Now we could, you know, I just wanted to throw that out there. And then let me go ahead and explain something, switching over back to Cosby. Okay, let me clarify that I did say that I did not approve of any predators or anyone who did rape or sexually assaulted or whatever. And for some of you people who are getting on here, who are talking about Stockholm Syndrome victims, how is that any worse than talking about a rape victim, when they have probably encountered rape multiple times, not on their own either? And I'm gonna go there and tell you why, because I don't like to demonize, and I don't like to go into my past, but since sometimes you have to be transparent with grown people who still don't feel you, you know, let me just say that unless you did live the life where you lived in fear for real, don't ever compare the classification of assault, whether sexual assault, physical, whatever. Sometimes they throw them in the same, but I personally don't believe they're always the same. Because nowadays you go to programs like Dawn. Dawn is a domestic violence place in Seattle. And, you know, I went there once, and I'm not going to lie, I wanted to get up and kind of walk out, because at that time, I might have sat there with maybe one other lady. No, it wasn't no one there, because maybe it was jail somewhere. But one lady, and I didn't try, again, I just felt like, you know, they were talking about how their man mentally damaged them, and how it was the same as physical. And again, I would never compare the two. Now we still over here with the Cosby, so stay with me. There is a difference, okay? Because when you have experienced situations where you could not get out, no matter how you called the cops, and if, let's just say you did, and you are in the system, on record for going up, testifying, and then they put the person, and you didn't even call the 911 because at that time you were young or whatever, you were scared. And let's just say, yeah, you were forced, because, I mean, you're going to work with black eyes and things you're trying to hide, you know, people giving you 9 black eyes, 90 of them, and they just, you know, it comes a time when someone's going to see it, and you can't cover it up no more. And we've had people, women, that lived that life. I mean, where they were beat every day. And what did the police do? They showed up, got involved. And the person might have been so good where they cut out, even on the run. And be right back in your house when you think you by yourself, sleeping in a fetal position. What's up, sexy? You know, and stuff like that. And just say there might have been times when, you know, folks might have jumped out of trees on you, and no matter what you did, they might go do the time, get right back out, and be like, what's up, babe? Like nothing happened. And you ain't falling for it, but you just like, even though police call you and be like, your best bet is to not resist. You do what you have to do to keep you and your children living. Now, it case-by-case situations, okay? So we know these offenders may have a rep. Most of them may have a rep going way back, maybe even to another state from way back, depending on their age. And even if they're young, they may have a rep for continually doing the same crimes. So, just bouncing back on that, I just want people to kind of reflect that we are talking about rape, okay? We're talking about assault. We're talking about all this stuff that can happen, and each situation could be different. You know, somebody can put something in your drink, you know, and you wake up and all you know is you got white stuff probably all around your mouth. You don't know what happened. You don't even know where you been, what happened or what. But you just know it's a different feeling, okay? That's a violation too. But all I'm saying is that it is not right to talk about a woman or a man that has happened to, even in prison. You go in prison, the guys know that might have had an experience where back in some time when they didn't have as much security as they have, might have been violated, and the stuff just stays with you for a long time. Sometimes you have to do whatever to block it out your mind. And you have some cases where you have been done so many times like that, and you've been put right back in that person's where you were just in situations where you just was back with that person because you wanted to stay alive. You didn't know they were going to blow your freaking brains out while carrying a gun on you and just owning and controlling your life. You don't know that. And let's take the case with the Patty Hearst situation, because they call the Stockholm Syndrome after her too, because her captors allowed her to live. She didn't, you know, and that can happen sometimes when you in fear of your life and you just know this person gonna probably kill you, your kids. It's not good to keep children in a situation like that. So in some cases, your parents may take them because they know, you know, they're looking out for your safety. They don't know what nut is gonna do whatever to you. So I know even in my past, I'm not going to go there all the way, but my stuff was so severe. I'm talking about for years. And I will say this. I have long forgiven the person. And yes, I was a victim because I didn't know how to identify with, okay? With what my sickness was after years of the damage that destroyed me. Well, all of it connected because it started young. So, but when I was in it and really could not get out, when I got out, I didn't understand why it was. Because sometimes you can even find yourself with repeated type of offenders. And people will tell you, you just like them types. No. If a person has never had therapy, or the only thing they might have gave you is medication to deal with some stuff, because, you know, you might wind up becoming a lover of your abuser. So I am not coming against them women that was on against Cosby. Let me clear that up right now. I'm just letting some of you know, when you don't know the levels, the many levels, and the mental, the psychological, all of the damage that comes with it, you don't know how each woman is destroyed by it and how they may react to it. And they're going to be sympathizers, and then they're going to be some with criticism in their thoughts. Not mean that it's in their hearts. It could be in their thoughts because they might have experienced it just a little different. That's all I'm saying. So I had to go back there because I felt like there's a lot of people posting, how could women be so unsympathetic to the rape victims and this and this and that. And I don't believe that we are. I believe we are all different type of women, but we're the same women. And some of us have been violated completely different than others. So the way that we may analyze or decipher how we feel what was fed to us in the media, and then the stories comparing them, we all are going to have different opinions and thoughts. I mean, that's just human nature. If that wasn't true, we wouldn't have a judge, a jury, a court, and people to have their own, go off their own thoughts. And just because they post them don't mean we have any right to destroy or try to assassinate, characters amongst friendship. Just let it die. I mean, it's just an opinion. You may have you might be a man and have a different opinion to where if a man was raped and molested, because you might have not been. And then if you have been, you might have something similar to feel and think. I'm not comparing it, but just, going off another person's story, you might think of your own story and other stories, and you might just be like, okay. So I thought I would just say that so people can really think. Don't ever think that there ain't no women that ain't gone through what them women went through if they went through it. Because trust me, they got some women that are damaged for life because of that. Some even to the point where, I'm going to go ahead and go there, transparent. Some of them have been done so bad. Why do you think they have prostitutes who were molested when they were young? It might have been by a family member. And then, later, you take it up a notch later, and they have someone else that have done something. And then when they get to an age where they're being penetrated consistently at a certain age that's under, maybe by someone older, they didn't even know that they were at that time because they were just young and they thought they were doing what, but when you count it back and you're like, okay, you was a certain age and this person was way over age having sex with you, giving you babies. And some of us that been in high school can kind of think back, us that might have had our first times with and stayed with them that were older, a lot older than us. I don't like to go there, but boy, I can write a book without demonizing anyone, but just a story. Your story is your own story. Now, if they told their stories, I commend them for that. So I just wanted to come back and clarify. And we are women, okay? So never compare our thoughts and our experiences and then saying, if you, especially as a man or a guy who just don't know, don't ever say that, because that is not true. And no, we wouldn't throw, I know I wouldn't. I'm overprotective of my children to this very day. And you ask any of my family members on one hand, how many times have they ever spent the night at anybody's house? Hardly ever. Because I know what happened to me as a child. And I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to make anyone feel guilty, because when we were young, our parents were young. So even, we just didn't have that kind of discernment until we were taught. Okay, you don't bring no man to your house who you don't know, have him watch your kids. You don't know if this just because he love you. And I'm going to go ahead and be technical. Just because he's laying the pipe on you and cuddled up with you does not mean that he ain't after your son or your daughter. I'm just going to be technical about it. I don't care how much you just, And it ain't everybody's situation. I'm just saying, you don't know if you did bring a Ted Bundy or Jeffrey Dahmer home. Because some of us wind up finding out later who was actually crazy and who got violated as kids and waited all these years to say something. So again, I am saying, We never said that condoned rape or ever said, you know, these women were liars. Now, whether we have our own doubts about how the system came about in the case and everything else, that is our right to our own opinion. Just like you may have your right to your opinion to agree everything that the media, CNN, Fox, and all them feed you. I'm sorry, but I just don't go with them. And I mean, if you, that's okay. I'm done with that. I just wanted to clear that up. Now, I wanted to say that, yeah, that website, get on that website I gave you last night, realworldeda.com. It's about Real World. It's an Economic Development Academy. You might really want to get on there. Because like I said, I just got back from there and I am so pumped. Every time I go, I'm challenged because I learn more and more about building and about, you know, maintaining your own regional communities and so much more geographic, economic, you know, the economy, politics. Each level consists of 5 families. That's what is going to be talked about that can be implemented based on those, what I just said, the geography, economics, and politics, in order to create an effective program that works for the local economy. The community must fall under those 5. If you're not going to fall under those 5 and you think that just because we all running a bunch of businesses, it ain't going to go down no different than what's going on downtown. All them buildings being set up and no money pouring in. Because if that was the case, the homeless should be helped out. The way we have been fighting and up there at the Washington State Capitol, fighting these laws, and then, you know, 10 years later, you might see a result that might go somewhere else and then go where we really have fought and what our agenda was. And that was to house as many homeless and get as many, the budget as big as it can to house the homeless population in Washington State. Now, get involved in your cities, states, and towns and find out what's going on. But here at Real World Economic Development Academy, we provide the economic development, educational, and strategic groundwork for sustainable communities of African descent. We are really serious. And I'm going to be honest, when I go, it's on a whole nother level. I really feel like I'm in the military there. It's not what your typical school. But you are in school, but you learning everything. And I have the blessed privilege to have a teacher that is a walk-in encyclopedia. The brother is just bad. He's been around a long time. And so he's not no new, Rudy Poo. You know, he's from down south. So he's seen firsthand racism and been there since he was a child. Where everything started. Civil rights, everything. Jazz alleys, all that started right there in New Orleans. And my roots is there. So you know I love going to school. So I just wanted to share that. As a matter of fact, we both went to the store. I had y'all go to and support this one black business called Althea down in Meeker in Kent. If y'all look, I bought me a pie. This is Louisiana. Look at that. And I'm gonna go through it, baby, because I know that's black. That's black owned, black cooked, black baked. And then people, whew, down there, I know because my mom cooks the food from there. My grandmother, my great-grandmother, my cousins that are watching, my great aunties did, and my aunties, and all of y'all Creole folks from down there on my mama's side. And y'all Geechee, Haitian, all of us that speak the Pidgin, Patois, Oh my goodness. Teacher followed me there and felt at home. So go down and support. We told them about our jazz alley that's coming up, and they're going to probably show up. They're going to be there. So you need to be there too. But I'm going to leave that first annual Pacific Northwest International Jazz and Salmon Festival. Oh, it's going down, baby. And we also got a purchase of the Northwest. And I'm not going to talk about that no more. But you see it listed. It will be posted. And like I said, the only way you're going to stay in touch, you better follow us and register on that site. Don't just go there and stare. Find out what we being about. Okay? So, hope I didn't miss everything. I wanted to go under 30 minutes. I think that's probably all I'm going to say for now. Thank you, and have a blessed, enjoyable day. Bless ya.